Hello and welcome to today's English lesson. My name is Stuart. In today's lesson, we're looking at compound adjectives and some of the more difficult compound adjectives that we use in English. Let's go to the intro. Now, as I said, today's lesson is looking at compound adjectives, and we have 7 difficult compound adjectives that we use in English. And in this lesson, by learning these compound adjectives, it's going to improve your fluency, give you more range, more depth to your vocabulary when you speak or write English. Now remember that when we use compound adjectives, we have to join them with a dash normally, okay? We have to join them with a dash. And compound adjectives can be qualitative, classifying, and also we use them when we talk about colors. But all of these ones here in these examples are qualitative compound adjectives, okay? So we're going to look at some of the more difficult ones, and as I said, it's going to help you increase your vocabulary and your fluency by incorporating these words into your vocabulary. Now the first word we're looking at is far-fetched, far-fetched. Now far-fetched means that something is unlikely. If something is far-fetched, like an idea or a plan, it means that it's unlikely to succeed. Let's have a look at the example here. He has some good ideas, but most are quite far-fetched, okay? Most are quite far-fetched. Most are quite unlikely to succeed. Some of his ideas are good, but the majority, most of his ideas are far-fetched. They'll never work. They'll never take shape. They won't be successful, okay? Unlikely to happen, some of his plans, okay? They're far-fetched. Too expensive maybe, too ambitious, who knows the reason, but they're far-fetched plans or ideas that he has. The next one is far-reaching. Far-reaching is that something has important effects, okay? Something has important effects. So a far-reaching decision that affects many people, for example. Example that we have here. Political decisions can have far-reaching effects on our lives. So the decisions that politicians sometimes take, whether we know it or not, can have far-reaching effects on our lives, okay? Far-reaching effects on our lives. So the decisions, the effects are far-reaching. They can influence a lot of people, a lot of different types of people. They're far-reaching, okay? Now the next one is light-hearted. Light-hearted is amusing or not serious, like maybe a movie, a television show, something along those lines we could say, okay? A speech can also be light-hearted, meaning that it's amusing. It's not really serious. So the president gave a light-hearted speech, you could say. The example that I have here is, I prefer watching light-hearted programs on TV. I prefer watching light-hearted programs that are not necessarily serious, but they're amusing. I don't like serious programs on TV. I don't like serious dramas where people are getting killed or there's, something's difficult to understand. You have to use your brain. I prefer light-hearted comedies, light-hearted movies, for example, that are not really serious but are amusing at the same time. That's what I prefer, okay? Light-hearted television shows. The next one is mouth-watering. Now, mouth-watering has 2 definitions, let's say. One is that something smells or looks delicious. Okay, it's mouth-watering, smells or looks delicious. And the other one is that it's very attractive. Okay, a little bit of a difference in meaning here, so I'll show you the examples here. So, for example, the smells coming from the kitchen, were mouth-watering. They made my mouth water. Oh, you know how tasty something can be. They make your mouth water. Mouth-watering smells. So the smells coming from the kitchen were mouth-watering. But if something is very attractive, for example, the new iPhone 10, okay, very attractive. The new iPhone is a mouth-watering product, okay? It's a very attractive product for a lot of people. People want that product. Therefore, it is mouth-watering. It's a mouth-watering product. So with the smells or the look, when we're talking about food, okay, for example, or with a product, if a product is mouth-watering, or maybe even the views of something can also be mouth-watering. The views from the top of the mountain are mouth-watering views, very attractive views, let's say as well, okay? Now the next one is off-putting, off-putting. Off-putting, it puts you off, okay? So it's unpleasant or it's repellent. So his personality can be a little off-putting at first. His personality. He can be quite aggressive when you first meet him, okay? So it's a little bit off-putting, his personality, his aggression, okay? He repels people. People don't want to get to know him because of his personality. It's off-putting, okay? So unpleasant or repellent. Smells can also be off-putting. If you go into a supermarket and you smell that the fish is a bit off, it can be off-putting, okay? Off-putting. The smells can also be off-putting. The next one is narrow-minded. Narrow-minded, not open to new ideas. When we talk about people normally, narrow-minded people. We all know narrow-minded people. The opposite of narrow-minded is open-minded or broad-minded. But narrow-minded people are people that are not willing to listen or to take in other people's ideas, let's say, or to take other people's advice. Narrow-minded, we could say. So his recent comments prove he's a narrow-minded person, okay? Because maybe his comments were a bit racist. Maybe they showed that he was a bit of a bigot, okay? So his comments showed that he was a narrow-minded person. He wasn't very open with his thinking. He was quite narrow-minded, okay? Narrow-minded. And the last one is smooth talking. Using charming language, smooth talking. Now we all know people that are smooth talkers, people that have the gift of the gab, let's say, people that know how to charm people with their words, okay? Example. Her smooth-talking lawyer convinced the police to drop the charges against her. So she was in trouble. The police had arrested her on some charges. They weren't all that serious, and her lawyer came along, okay, smooth-talking, very good with words. He was able to convince the police that she was innocent, okay? And the police dropped the charges. He was a smooth-talking lawyer. He was able to use his vocabulary, his words very, very well to charm people into doing what he wants. Sometimes when we go to buy something, a new car, maybe a new fridge, we come across salespeople who are smooth talking, okay? They sell us things that we don't really need because they're smooth talking. All right, so that's what it means. So using charming language, her smooth talking lawyer. So all of these compound adjectives we can use in English to help us improve our fluency and our vocabulary and improve our English in general. Now, thank you very much for watching the lesson. Questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Remember to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share the video, please, with your friends on social media. I'll see you in the next English video lesson. Have a good day. Bye.